next game is again the chance to kind of like, focus on ending this losing streak and just, put all the energy towards, hey, we need a win. Let's just focus on getting a win, not focus on the losing streak at all.
Yeah, every week you're trying to go 1-0. The past is the past. All we can do now is take advantage of the opportunities we have left.
Thank you.
Yep,
Ed Valentine.
Andrew, thank you for doing this.
no problem.
For you personally, coming off the last couple of years, nobody would blame you, I guess, if you had some doubts, maybe if you could still be that same player you were in 2022. Were there any doubts, and how gratifying is it to individually play as well as you have this year?
I wouldn't say that I had doubts about getting back to this level. I would say the only thing I was unsure about was missing a little bit of training camp. I think that was an adjustment for me, but once I got back into the swing of things, it was, like riding a bicycle. I was able to do what I need to do, and there's still things that I'm trying to improve on, but I'm pretty pleased with my performance so far.
One more thing. I mean, you have won at every level, that you've played at. You've been at top tier programs. Year after year with the Giants, it seems like, despite however things change, mostly things don't change in the win-loss column. How hard is that to endure, year over year?
Yeah, it's not easy. You put so much into it. Like you said, there's been a lot of changes that I've experienced. So you're trying to put your all into something and you don't get the results that you want, but you just got to go back to the drawing board and, try to figure out a way to make things change.
Thank you.
Yep.
Peter Splendorio.
Hey, Andrew. Obviously we saw the kind of a breakout game from Abdul Carter on Sunday. I'm interested what he's been like in practice. I guess the last few weeks as his play is, I guess his production has improved a little bit. Just what's he been like and how has it kind of been over the course of the season, just seeing his growth?
Yeah, so I don't really get to go against him much in practice, especially towards the later part of the season because we don't practice in pads, so we might not do as many one-on-ones and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, just a guy that's going to give a lot of effort. Obviously, you see the flashes of the elite traits that he has when it comes to the quickness, change of direction, and I think he's just continuing to learn. He's a rookie. He's going to get better. So just try to keep motivating him to be the player he can be.
Tyrone, at last check, the Giants' rushing game was ranked 10th in the league. Can you just talk about the progress that unit has made and also the job done by the offensive line in terms of the run blocking?
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line has been doing a phenomenal job. Obviously, you got every team has their own tricks that they try to come out with each game, try to get us with, and our O-line does. They do a good job of just blocking who needs to be blocked, having a hat on a hat, and then making the lane for the running backs, whether it's me, motor or scat. So I definitely commend the offensive line on the job that they've done up to this point. And then I also want to tip my hat to the offensive line coach. Running back coach, TK, the tight ends coach, offensive coordinator, because they come up with a great run scheme each and every week, allowing us to put little wrinkles here and there. Like I said, whether it's on the outside zone, the inside zone, the counter, whatever it may be, they do a great job of getting the ball into our playmakers and also having a good run scheme up each week.
And can you just speak briefly about your contribution to the running game? I mean, it looks like you're having a pretty good year. And, do you just feel more comfortable? I mean, what do you think attribute, your success to this year?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel, the same that I felt last year. It's really no different. Yeah, I'm a little more comfortable. But I mean, I feel like the more I get the ball, the better I play. So, if you give me the ball, 20 plus times, I should give you 100 yards, whether it's passing, receiving, just scrimmage wise. Just that's just me in my head. That's my goal. Each and every game, if you're going to give a playmaker the ball, which I do believe I'm a playmaker, I want to be able to give positive yards to the offense. So I think my running style complements our O-line as well. I think I look at myself as like a slasher. I'm not really a thumper, but I will turn into a thumper if needed. But yeah, I think I look at myself as a slasher. I like to make moves. Make people miss, get vertical pretty quickly. Like I said, I think that really helps out our O line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evan Barnes.
Hey, Tyrone, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. With 3 games left, I know a lot of, outside noise has talked about, where could the Giants fall in draft position and looking at the number one pick, but obviously you guys are focusing on one game at a time. So I'm just curious, how do you guys as a team not worry about that or even think about that? Because obviously there's a lot of outside chatter about, focusing on, draft position and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it's just taking it day by day. We don't really look at 3 games ahead or 3 weeks ahead. More so, just taking it week by week, day by day. Whatever is important in the moment. Like what are we doing right now? Where your feet are at. Be where your feet is at. So like we try not to look to tomorrow. Just try to continue to stay present. And then understand that like we can't even get to week 3 without taking care of week 1. So we have to do the things necessary to stay in the moment with our brothers, with the coaching staff, understanding that we have to, go out and win this week so we can get to next week. But we can't get to next week without obviously winning this week. So yeah, that's really how we do it. Again, we have a tight knit bond, our locker room. Everyone is running the same track, running the same way. So I mean, I don't think that anybody is looking elsewhere. We all are, like I said, looking towards the next game.
And it feels like too these last, especially this last game, it feels like you guys are obviously after that bad first half, you guys were competing and got had a much better second half. So even though the losing streak is added up, it feels like the team is still competing, still trying to fight. Can you speak to just kind of like how you've noticed that edge from the guys, outside of that Patriots game where it was out of hand, but do you speak to the edge you've seen from these guys still competing, still fighting?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if you look at every game that we've been in, really, besides I would say a few games, but every game we have competed. I mean, not even like compete. We've been winning these games. We just obviously the ball just haven't rolled our way towards the end of the game. But when like I said, you look at the film, when you look at the stats, when you look at really everything, like we are going out there and we're hooping, like we're doing everything that we can to win the game. And that's not going to change going forward. I mean, like you said, in the first half, obviously we didn't play well, but we went into halftime, regroup, calm down a little bit, encourage each other, and then come out second half and again come out ready to compete. And that's what's going to happen each and every game. Like we're never going to go out and try to lose, or we're not going to just throw a game away. Like we're going out there to win, like point blank period. Like we don't care what the outside has to say about draft picks. We don't care about what they have to say about players in college that we should get or we could get. Like we worry about the coach that we have right now, the players that we have right now, and the position that and the opportunities that we get to have when we go out there on the field.
Appreciate that, Tyrone. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Ed Valentine.
Tyrone, how are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I wanted to ask you, you had the nice touchdown catch on Sunday.
Hmm.
Um, and obviously you were a wide receiver in college. Is there an adjustment to obviously catching the ball is catching the ball, but is it different, as a running back, maybe the angles the ball comes from, the routes that you have to run? Is there an adjustment to catching the ball as a running back?
Nah, not really. I mean, like I said, I was a receiver before, so I mean, I didn't see it at all, honestly. I said high school and in college, I done ran slant routes, I done ran go balls, I done did everything. So it's really not nothing that the quarterback can throw or the offensive coordinator can put me in that I haven't seen already or haven't ran a route or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be able to have the opportunity to go out there and just take care of business, man. Show really the fans, but also the coaching staff that like I can run routes, I can catch the ball down the field, and the more you can do in this league, obviously the more valuable you become.
Just last thing for me, any over the last 3 games, any real, personal goals, milestones, anything that you'd really like to hit over the last 3 games?
Nah, I mean not really like goals. Like I said, obviously like I want as many yards as possible. I mean, I don't even know where I'm at, to be honest. I don't really look at it. I don't know like my stats and all that, but um, Yeah, I mean, as long as we win, man, I really don't care what my stat line is, man. To be honest, as long as we win, I just want to make sure that we take care of this first game, the Vikings, and then obviously we trickle down to the last two. But yeah, I really stats wise for me, I mean, it's nothing. I don't care.
Thank you.
Last one, Peter Splendorio.
Hey, Tyrone. Want to ask you just, I guess, about Andrew Thomas.
Mhm.
Obviously, he's kind of had a weird season just with missing the start and then kind of building up gradually. But as he's gone on, I mean, how has he looked to you? Has he looked like himself? And at what point, if so, did he kind of get there?
Hey, how do he look to you? Because I mean, I think to the general public, that boy's a monster. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the common sense when you look at his film and you watch it. You see him dominate. Like in my eyes, he the best left tackle in the league. Like the man came off an injury, came back like nothing happened. So that's really hard to do in this league. And mind you, he's on the island 99% of the time. Like he's not getting no help from guards or chip from me or anything. Like it's just him versus that DN, and he's taking care of business, run game and pass game. So to answer your question, man, I think the dude's an all pro. Like he's a first team all pro. He should get a Pro Bowl. Like all these accolades that come with that come with the job, especially at the level that he's playing, he deserves it. AT deserves everything that's coming his way for sure.